Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In previous video, we talked about why brands go global, right? Now in today's video, we'll decide what are the various decisions that a company has to make before they decide to go into the international market and basically expand their horizon, right? Now there are 5 key decisions that a company has to make or a brand has to make before going into international market. The first one, we discussed it in the last video also, that uh, do the companies really want to go to the international market or not? So that is the first decision, that do we want to go global or not, or we want to stay in our home location or the parent country itself, right? Second, deciding which market to enter, right? So which country to enter, which type of demography to enter, that is important decision, right, based on your products. Third, deciding how to enter the market. So there are various ways in which you can enter the market, right? You can directly invest, you can form a joint venture, a lot of options are there, we'll discuss that further. But basically, what is your way of entering that marketing and in that market and selling your product, that's important. Next is deciding your proper marketing mix for that particular country and the people to whom you're offering your product. And finally, making an organizational structure around that marketing mix, those basic 4 P's of marketing, and basically handling everything. Right now, let's talk about them one by one. Right now, if I talk about international marketing as a wholesome, it is very similar to the local marketing. It's just that your demographics, your place has changed, your coordinates have changed, the latitude and longitude, right? That is how people change, countries change, language change, demographics change, cultural changes are there, right? So you have to adapt to those things, and then you have to hope that your product or services are accepted by that community. So that is a challenge on its own, right? But the basic strategies behind it remain the same. It's just that you have to do very extensive work before you find genuine success in those markets, because you can be the market leaders in your home place, but that might not be the case in the foreign market. Right now, talking about the first one, that is the decision to go global. Right now, once the company has decided that they want to go global, what are the factors that basically influence them, right? So the most common factors that comes in association with the bigger brands is that they have excess of production of their goods and services, and they think that their product is viable for other markets as well and not just their home country, right? So they think that their product is universal and they are producing it more than the demand, they have surplus, and they should explore other markets also rather than just being in their hometown, and they should capitalize on the market, penetrate it, and gain more profits out of it. Right now, other thing is, continuing with this point only, companies might also believe that other markets, the foreign markets, can prove to be more profitable than their domestic markets. So there can be a case where they think that they can sell the same product at a much higher price in the foreign markets than their own place, which can be due to various reasons. They can find cheap labor there, they can find easy distribution there, the economy is such, the currency value in comparison to their hometown is such that they can capitalize on that, right? They can find cheap labor, so they can find that, okay, our product can sell for much more profits there, and we should definitely enter because that is an uncapped place for them. Right now, third thing, a company has already expanded in some other country or XYZ market, and they want to expand into maybe a third one or fourth one. Right? They can be in Africa, they want to come into Asia, they want to come into Australia, they're already in America, so they already have an experience, right, how to expand. So they'll definitely go for the expansion if their business model allows. Right now, other thing is, why remain only in the domestic market and try to safeguard your place there, your market share there, where as your competitors are already eating your market here and they are also present in their home countries, right? So there can be your competitors who are foreign investors in your country, and they are making money here also, and they are making money in their hometown also. So why not go there and take their market share also, because you are competing with the same product and service in the market, right? So if they have the potential to sell their product here, you have the potential to sell your product there, right? So these are major driving factors when the company decides that we want to go global, right? Now, what are the market selection strategies? Now, where to expand, which country to choose, and which type of people to cater to, right? That is again important. You can't just decide, okay, tomorrow we will expand in Australia. You have to see your product. You have to see what are the marketing opportunities in that in that market, in that particular country or that particular alienated place, right? What is the market share of that whole product or service, right? What is the revenue contribution of that particular product or service in that particular area? For example, in India, the mobile industry is one of the biggest in the world, right? That might not be the case in some other continent or some other country for that per se. The transportation market, the cars and vehicles manufacturing is at its peak right now in India. EV market is booming, so they have to explore, right? Is it the right time and the right place to enter here? What is the market share? What are the competitors? Can we actually penetrate and take some particular market share? What are the cost benefit analysis? Can we attain a profit after a certain time of point, because you cannot attain profit immediately, right? So what is your time to basically start making profit, right? Break even basically. What will be the uncertainties and challenges? That is also important. You have to take care of the factors that there can be challenges that can come in first coming to that market, and second, sustaining. There have been brands which have not been able to sustain in countries like India. Biggest example, Ford, which left us last year. Harley Davidson was struggling, but it came back. Nissan and Renault were struggling. They have very few products. Nissan is just left with one product in India. Nokia struggled. That was because of Samsung coming in, and various local players have perished. Micromax, Lava, they all are gone, right? You can find bits and pieces here and there, but see how even ingrown brands have struggled. And talking about brands coming from outside and then sustaining. MI is a very good example which has actually penetrated the market and expanded its horizon very beautifully. So yeah, you have positives, you have negatives as well, right? Very old brands like Suzuki from Japan, right? Having a joint venture with Maruti, one of the biggest car manufacturers and retailers in India, 1.5 lakh units selling every month. So you have positive stories, you have negative stories as well, right? So everything needs to be analyzed, and which market you need to cater to and which market you basically will sell to. That's important, right? Now, once you have decided all this, what is your way of entering into the market, right? But there are various ways in which you can enter a particular market, and the risk factors and profitability and control increases as you choose this. Now at the bottom of that is exporting, right? You can do direct or indirect exporting. You can basically manufacture a product somewhere else and you can simply export your finished products in that particular country and region and basically sell them. Now it is very least risk free, very least risky basically, but your control is also less. You are dependent on the distributors and you are dependent upon the external marketing teams for that particular product and service and your company and your brand recognition. So that's up the ladder. You see licensing, so you license the authority to people to sell the products in your name, right? Apple does that. So we have Imagine and we have other brands that sell Apple products. Now they are opening their own stores basically. So that is going up the ladder, right? After licensing comes joint venture. So joint ventures, I've already told you, brands like Suzuki have had a joint venture with Maruti, Godrej and Procter and Gamble. So they have a joint venture. Many big brands have the joint ventures and they succeed in that because the local company with which they form a joint venture, have the experience of market penetration and marketing solutions in that particular country, and you bring forth your positives, and then you combine them both together, and basically you both grow. So joint venture is a very good option for companies who want to somehow strengthen themselves as well as control the risk factors. And then finally, if you want to go into direct investment, foreign direct investments in a particular country, that is the time when you are very much confident. You have your own manufacturing plants there, you have your own organizational structure, you have your own team, you have a lot of things that are under your control, and basically you are whole and sole responsible for all the litigations, all the profits, all the manufacturing, all the distribution, everything, right? But that is again higher in risk but also higher in profits. So these are various ways in which you can basically enter the market. Marketing mix. Now marketing mix is the fourth point. It is very important. This is where you decide the basic 4 P's of marketing. That is the product, place, price and promotion, right? What will be your product? You might have to change the specifications of your product based on the country and people and the culture of that region, right? For example, McDonald's has a different menu in every country, right? So yeah, the basic product is burgers, but the menu is different, the ingredients are different, right? So product, place, where do you want to basically set up, you sell? Is it tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, metro cities, or village areas? Where is your product is the best fit? Pricing, is your pricing on the higher side? Is it on the economy side? Is it for middle income group? Is it for higher income group? What is it, a utilitarian product? Is it a hedonic product? So that all decides, right? Promotion, how do you want to promote your product? How do you want to promote your brand? What will be a brand recognition? What will be a product recognition? How is your product different from the competitors? All these strategies have to be decided. Coke has a very extensive marketing plan for every country, and that is different to all, right? Recently you saw Reliance bought Campa Cola, very old brand, last year from a Delhi based company, and they relaunched it at a very low price, slashing the prices to like hell, like, right? They're going very price competitive. So Coca-Cola had to revamp their own strategies and promotions and come up with better opportunities, and showcasing that they are still better. But other than that, also throughout the decades, brand like Coca-Cola has had different promotional strategies for different countries, because they are almost present everywhere, right? And per se every other country, right? So every other product does that, right? So that's the marketing mix. Fifth one is the organizational decision. Now organizational decision is really important, based on how and what your product is, type of country that you are penetrating into or entering into, what is your customer base, what is your marketing mix, what is your location wise organization, right? So in a country like India, you might need a different organizational structure in north, and very different in east, very different in south, and very different in west. So if you think, all are different, so the type of customer varies so much within few kilometers in country like India, and you need different kind of people, different kind of strategies for the same product in those different areas, right? So this is how the organizational structure while entering a foreign market is becomes so much important. Even brands that are indigenous to the particular country, they struggle with this till date. Brands that have been here for 50 years, they also struggle, right? So talking about brands that want to enter, they need to know the demographics, they need to have the organization based on that as well. They might need to revamp their products based on the regions within the same country, because people are different, their eating habits are different, their usage is different, their demand is different, right? So that's how this is important. So these 5 factors are basically the 5 decision making steps that are involved once a company has decided that yes, they want to enter a foreign market, they want to go international, they want to go global, right? Now going forward in the next videos, we will pick up elements from these points, the most important ones, that basically will help you better structure these 5 points and understand in detail some of very important part of the segments that are very good for discussions. There will be a lot of examples, because this in the modern era, a lot of brands have gone global in the past as well, and there are very good examples that we can share, and that will make you understand very well. And one more thing that is important is, in management, in marketing, you need to understand every concept with example, right? Even if you don't find the example right away, find the examples in relation to a particular topic, and you will be amazed how simplified that topic is once you read the example, right? I hope you like this video. We'll come back with more. This was a bit elongated video, but it was a very important one, right? Please like, subscribe and share, and do leave your comments if you have any questions, and if you want me to make up any particular video, I definitely go forward with it. And yeah, please take care of yourself, please take care of your health, and keep smiling.